Good morning students. This is a video for the students of class 8th subject science. We were studying chapter number 6, that is combustion and flame. This is your lecture number 3. Students, today we will discuss the NCERT questions. Question number 1 is, list the conditions under which combustion takes place. So, necessary conditions are presence of air or oxygen, means air or oxygen should be present for the combustion to take place. In the absence of oxygen, combustion will not take place. So, presence of air or oxygen is the first requirement. Second is, fuel is necessary for burning such as wood, coal, petrol, etc. Thus, presence of fuel is also necessary. It means what? A combustible substance is also necessary for the combustion to take place. Okay? Combustible substance like fuel. Third is attainment of ignition temperature. This is the third requirement for the combustion to take place. Attainment of ignition temperature. Question number 2 is, fill in the blanks. A part is, burning of wood and coal causes dash of air. So, wood and coal causes pollution of air. Okay. B part, a liquid fuel used in homes is. So, a liquid fuel which is used in homes is kerosene oil. C part, fuel must be heated to its dash before it starts burning. So answer is ignition temperature. Fuel must be heated to its ignition temperature before it starts burning. D part, fire produced by oil cannot be controlled by. So, it cannot be controlled by water. Answer is water. Question number 3. Explain why the use of CNG in automobiles has reduced pollution in our cities. Answer is, CNG is obtained from natural gas that consists methane gas. It is a clean fuel and has a very high calorific value. It does not produce smoke and ash on burning. That's why it is called convenient and efficient fuel. During combustion, it does not release harmful gases out. That's why CNG is used in automobiles to reduce pollution in our cities, because it is a clean fuel. It is less polluting fuel. Okay. Now question number 4 is, compare LPG and wood as fuels. So first is, it is a solid fuel. Wood is an example of solid fuel because it exists at solid state at room temperature. Okay, exists in solid state at room temperature. On the other hand, LPG is a liquid fuel and it has less calorific value, means the calorific value of wood is less. But LPG has more calorific value. Third is, it was used for domestic purposes in earlier times, means we do not use wood nowadays. Okay, for domestic purposes, we do not use wood. Okay, it is used in earlier times, but LPG is used for domestic purposes, means in kitchen, nowadays. Next is its ignition temperature is very high, means the temperature, the lowest temperature at which a substance starts burning is called ignition temperature, and the ignition temperature of wood is very high, but the ignition temperature of LPG is very less. Next is it does not burn easily, because the ignition temperature of wood is high, that's why it does not burn easily, and LPG burns easily. Next point is it produces ash after burning, means when we burn the wood, then it leaves behind ash, but LPG does not produce ash after burning. Next point is on burning, it produces gas, mainly carbon dioxide and smoke, that is harmful for living organisms and thus causes air pollution. But on burning LPG, it produces very less gas and smoke, which is not very harmful. Thus, it does not cause air pollution. It is a less polluting fuel. These are the differences between wood and LPG. Now question number 5. Give reason. A part is water is not used to control fires involving electrical appliance. Means give reason that why we can't use water to control fire caused by electrical appliance. So reason is, as water is a good conductor of electricity, when water is sprayed on electrical equipments to control fire, there will occurrence of short circuiting and one may cause an electric shock, means it will give electric shock to us. That's why we cannot use water to control fire caused by electrical appliance. B part is LPG is a better domestic fuel than wood. Means give the reason why LPG is better domestic fuel as comparison to wood. So answer is LPG is better domestic fuel than wood. LPG is a gaseous fuel and wood is a solid fuel. When wood is being heated, the temperature attains its ignition temperature to burn it is very high. Means the ignition temperature for the wood is very high. Thus, the ignition temperature is very high and takes more time to burn the wood. And it also produces so much smoke and emits mainly carbon dioxide gas. And on the other hand, the ignition temperature for the LPG is less and it is a less polluting fuel. Okay, that's why we use LPG as a domestic fuel. Now C part is paper by itself catches fire easily, whereas a piece of paper wrapped around an aluminium pipe does not. So give reason for it that when we burn the paper, then it catches fire easily. But when a piece of paper wrapped around an aluminium pipe, then it will not burn easily. Now what is the reason? Answer is, when paper is burned by supplying the fuel, there is a complete presence of oxygen or air, and thus the temperature to reach its ignition temperature for burning is low. Okay, means the ignition temperature is low at this time. So the ignition temperature is low. It takes very less time to burn the paper. But when aluminium wrapped along the paper, then it acts a barrier between the paper and fuel. Means aluminium acts a barrier between the paper and fuel. Aluminium being a metal. We know aluminium is a metal which is a good conductor of heat. When aluminium is burned, the paper does not attain its ignition temperature. So, if it does not attain its ignition temperature, then it takes more time to burn the paper. Okay, so it will not catches fire easily. Question number 6 is, make a label diagram of a candle flame. So this is a diagram of candle flame. This is a wax candle, okay, and a candle flame is divided into 3 zones: innermost zone, middle zone and outer zone. This is the innermost zone in which combustion will not take place due to absence of oxygen, okay, and it is black in color. It is least hot zone. Now next is middle zone, and in this zone partial combustion will take place due to insufficient supply of oxygen, and it is yellow in color and it is moderately hot zone. Now next is outer zone. In this zone complete combustion will take place and it produces blue colored flame, and it is the hottest region or hottest part of the candle flame. So you have to draw this diagram in your notebook. Now question number 7 is, name the unit in which the calorific value of a fuel is expressed. So answer is, the unit of calorific value is kilojoule per kilogram. kJ means kilojoule, okay, per kilogram. So unit of calorific value is kilojoule per kilogram. Means calorific value of a fuel is expressed in kilojoule per kilogram. Now question number 8 is, explain how CO2 means carbon dioxide, is able to control fires. So fire caused by kerosene, petrol, diesel and by electricity can be extinguished by carbon dioxide. Means carbon dioxide is used to put off the fire caused by kerosene, petrol, diesel and by electricity. Why carbon dioxide is used? Because carbon dioxide gas is a non-combustible gas and extinguishes fire in 2 ways. First way is, it is heavier than oxygen. It covers the substance like a blanket and cut off the contact between oxygen and fuel. Second way is, in cylinders, carbon dioxide means CO2 is kept in the liquid form, and when it is released, then it expands and cools down, and this brings down the temperature of the fuel. Means this brings down the temperature of the fuel, which helps in controlling the fire. So these are 2 ways by which carbon dioxide is used to control fire. Means carbon dioxide can control fire. Question number 9 is it difficult to burn a heap of green leaves but dry leaves catch fire easily? Explain. Means question is, it is difficult to burn a heap of green leaves as comparison to dry leaves. So Why it happens? Explain. Answer is, a green color leaves contain moisture in it. This does not provide the complete presence of oxygen in it. Means, due to moisture present in the green leaves, the proper amount of oxygen is not supplied to it. On burning the green leaves, the moisture in that leaves bring the temperature down and does not attain the ignition temperature to burn, and thus takes an incomplete combustion in it. Means, due to insufficient amount of oxygen, okay, it does not attain the ignition temperature to burn, and incomplete combustion will take place. That's why it is difficult to burn the green leaves. And if we talk about the dry leaves does not contain any moisture. This will provide the complete presence of oxygen in it, and on burning the dry leaves, it takes complete combustion. Means, due to proper amount of oxygen, complete combustion will takes place and gives off complete heat to leaves. That's why dry leaves catches fire easily. Now question number 10 is, which zone of a flame does a goldsmith use for melting gold and silver, and why? Answer is, a goldsmith uses outermost zone to melt the gold and silver, for melting gold and silver. As the melting point of gold and silver is high, the outermost part of the flame is completely burnt. Means, complete combustion takes place in this zone. That's why we use outermost zone of a flame, because in this zone complete combustion takes place and it is the hottest region of the flame. During complete combustion, it gives off more heat to the gold and silver that increases the temperature and reaches beyond the ignition temperature and burns easily. Thus, it will take less time to melt the gold and silver. Okay, we use outermost zone of a flame to melt gold and silver. Question number 11 is, in an experiment, 4.5 kilogram of a fuel was completely burnt. The heat produced was measured to be 1,80,000 kilojoule. Calculate the calorific value of the fuel. So answer is, first of all, what is calorific value? We know that the amount of heat energy on burning 1 kilogram of fuel is called its calorific value. Okay, means how much heat energy is produced on burning of 1 kilogram of fuel is its calorific value. It means if we calculate the calorific value, it means we have to calculate the heat produced by 1 kilogram of fuel. And what is given to us? Heat produced by 4.5 kilogram of fuel is this. So, how can we calculate heat produced by 1 kilogram of fuel? So, heat produced by 4.5 kilogram of fuel is 1,80,000 kilojoule. So, we have to calculate calorific value. It means we will calculate the heat produced by 1 kilogram of fuel. That is 1,80,000 upon 4.5. So, heat produced by 1 kilogram of fuel is, we will get 40,000 kilojoule per kilogram. It means the calorific value of the fuel is 40,000 kilojoule per kilogram. This is the calorific value, because calorific value is the amount of heat produced by 1 kilogram of fuel. Question number 12 is, can the process of rusting be called combustion? Discuss. Answer is no. The process of rusting cannot be called as combustion. Okay. Process of rusting cannot be called as combustion, because combustion is a chemical process in which any substance reacts in the presence of oxygen to give off heat. But the rusting is a process in which iron reacts very slowly in presence of air when kept in open. Thus, rusting is a very slow process. Rusting is different from combustion. It is completely different from combustion. Okay. So, rusting cannot be called as combustion. Now, question number 13 is, Abida and Ramesh were doing an experiment in which water was to be heated in a beaker. Abida kept the beaker near the wick in the yellow part of the candle flame, and Ramesh kept the beaker in the outermost part of the flame. So question is, whose water will get heated in a shorter time? So we know that the outermost part of the flame is the hottest part of the flame. That's why the water kept in a beaker just at the outermost part of the flame will be heated first in a shorter time, and this beaker is kept by the Ramesh. So whose water? Ramesh water will get heated in a shorter time. We will discuss the homework solution of previous lecture. First question was multiple choice question. A part, the hottest zone of a candle flame. So answer is outermost zone. Outermost zone is the hottest zone of the candle flame. B part, complete combustion takes place in the candle flame in its. So complete combustion will take place in the outermost zone. C part is, which of the following is considered as a fuel with the highest calorific value? So answer is hydrogen. Hydrogen has the highest calorific value. Question number 2, give 2 examples of solid fuel. So examples of solid fuels are wood and coal. Examples of liquid fuels like petrol and diesel. Example of gaseous fuels like natural gas and biogas. Okay. Now question number 3, list the harmful effects of burning carbon containing fuels. Harmful effects are, first is, it can cause many respiratory problems like asthma. Second is, a person may even die by the poisonous gas like by the carbon monoxide, which is released by carbon containing fuel. Third is, it can cause global warming. Fourth is, it can also cause acid rain, because by the burning of coal and diesel, they produce sulfur dioxide, and when these oxides mix with the rainwater, then it makes the rain acidic. It means it causes acid rain. Now question number 4 is, describe the zones of a flame in brief. So there are 3 zones. First is innermost zone, which is also known as dark zone or zone of no combustion. It is dark black in color. It consists of unburnt wax as no combustion takes place. Why? Due to lack of oxygen. It is the least hot zone of the flame. Next is middle zone, which is also known as luminous zone or zone of incomplete combustion. In this zone, partial combustion takes place due to insufficient supply of oxygen. As a result, wax vapor starts burning with a yellowish flame. It is moderately hot and also called luminous zone of the flame. Third zone is outermost zone, which is also known as non-luminous zone or zone of complete combustion. It is faintly visible zone which is transparent blue in color. And in this zone, complete combustion of wax vapor takes place with a blue colored flame. It is the hottest region of the candle flame. These are 3 zones of candle flame. Now last question was, which zone of the candle flame is called dark zone? So answer is innermost zone. Innermost zone of the candle flame is called dark zone. Your today's homework is learn and write all the NCERT questions. Okay, you have to write all the questions in your fair notebook. So this ends for today's lecture. Thank you.